Hi Capricorn, welcome to your tarot reading for the week of September 1st through the 6th. I'm Raina and I'm using the Druidcraft tarot deck, and I will cap off the reading with a card from the Energy Oracle deck. I feel like this is kind of sorry about that. Okay, and I'll pick the other card when I'm done with this part of the reading. I'm just taking these cards out of the way. The heart of the matter is the Hangman. I forgot about that one. This is a card that is connected to the planet Neptune. And it is a card that can deal with passivity, surrender to your situation. So as a cardinal sign, you're very comfortable taking action when you want something. And more times than not, if you have that mentality, you'll be successful to some degree or another, because if you don't take action, and you just talk about a problem or situation, that it will usually stay unresolved. But there are some times that there's nothing you can do about a particular situation. For instance, if someone else is doing something that you don't want them to do, but they're not willing to stop doing it. And so you don't have a choice in the matter. Sometimes people double down, they start to become more controlling, and they start to lose themselves. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to get into a situation where you become obsessed with trying to control somebody else's actions. That's what they call codependency, because it's like you become so driven to try to alter another person's behavior that you forget that the only person you really control is yourself. And so that may be going on. It could just be like you're waiting for something that has, like maybe you put in a job application, or you have been to an interview and you're like, okay, when, I'm in suspense here, what's going to happen? And let's see what the rest of the cards suggest. In the past position, we have the Seven of Swords. This can be a relationship where somebody maybe was cheating on you, or maybe they were doing something like stealing from you. That's another thing. But if you look at that guy, he's like deep in thought, and he's writing something, so he's like planning. And so that might be something that was for your future, like even research or something. So maybe that does have to do with a job offer, or if you've applied to a college or something like that and you're waiting to hear whether or not you're going to get in, that could also be in play. And what we have right now is a great card, the Chariot. So perhaps that will indicate that you will be victorious in this. It's in the upright position. This is a card of having this success, but it's really, in addition to just being, a thumbs up that something may go your way, it really shows that you buckled down and were willing to ignore distractions. So perhaps when you were in that state of limbo, you had to remain positive. And that was the key to your success, which I always think is true. But sometimes when you're waiting, you start to get all these, this self-doubt, like, oh, this isn't going to really happen. And yet it did, you know, and maybe planning paid off. Who knows? Whatever this thing that you are successful at. And what is coming in is represented by the Princess of Wands. This could be good news. So you could have even more wonderful tidings coming in, glad tidings. And this could indicate also a new venture that is a creative venture or something that you are initiating. So given the other cards, this might have something to do with your own business. All of these cards, maybe you did research about what it is that you want to do. And it's like the hangman is the waiting period. Who knows? Maybe it's even like waiting to launch. We've had so many retrogrades, and September is a great month, especially after the first week even, to launch whatever it is that you're wanting to put out in the marketplace, or just for yourself, any kind of new beginnings. When the sun is in Virgo, it's a fellow earth sign, so there's always going to be that sense of affinity. It's a trine, you know, the sun, your sun and the current sun trining you, and there's a positive energy flow. And actually, interestingly, the outcome card, the Two of Wands, is a card of, you know, should I stay or should I go? And that connects with, you know, it could even be like if you're going far away. Virgo is your 9th house, and that could be long distance travel. So it's possible, you know, maybe this has something to do with university for some people, because I'm thinking like that waiting period, you know, waiting for approval of a loan, approval of an application to get into the university, and then hearing the good news about it. So perhaps, or even like something similar that has to do with training, or yeah, a new job offer, training. And it's funny too, because the Chariot is also a card that can indicate a new car. So that could have been something that you were kind of like in a state where you didn't have perhaps transportation for a while, and now you're able to move forward and you have more mobility. That's always a possibility. By the way, the Chariot connects to Cancer, the sign of Cancer. So if this is a person that you have been, you know, having your eye on, Cancer is your opposite sign. So sometimes Capricorns and Cancers, you know, find themselves irresistibly drawn together. And that's kind of interesting. Okay, so let's pick an additional card from the Energy Oracle and see if that kind of complements the reading. Oh, well, this is going to... It's funny, you know, I think this might be the Two of Wands. This Energy Oracle deck is connected... some of the cards are definitely connected to the tarot, but they don't have as many cards altogether. So it's not supposed to be the equivalent. I've never read exactly why they do it like this, but the Two of Wands, anytime that you see the number 2, there's some kind of decision. Unless this is the Two of Swords. It says unknown and unknown in each direction. So I have to read from the booklet and see what it says. This card marks, okay, it says which choice to make. This card marks the presence of 2 or more possible choices in your life. It shows you anxiously looking at 2 roads, wondering which would be the better choice. Yet you are standing still. feeling confused by the up and down emotions of your present indecision. You could spend days, months, or even years in this back and forth energy, all the while feeling your focus and your life force energy draining away. This indecision creates a paralysis of will, one that can keep you stuck while you're waiting to be certain about the results of your choice. It's time to let go of the analysis and self-doubt that have been keeping you stuck. Meditate on your options and see where your spirit guides you. Consider which direction resonates with you most, both in the process and in the goal. Follow your heart and make the honoring choice. And the affirmation is, I release fear and move forward with courage and trust. I have the power to direct my own destiny now and always. But you know, it's easier said than done, because you do have a lot of energy in that or at least I shouldn't say a lot, but you do have the sun, and I would have to look at the transits in September. But with the Virgo energy being in your 9th house, of foreign travel, long distances, that in particular can be very challenging to take into consideration, because of, you know, uprooting that far away when you might not know anybody, and it just can be very challenging. And so I don't blame people for really thinking it over and even being apprehensive. But if you have opportunities in this direction, if this Princess of Wands, Page of Wands is a message that says, yes, you have been accepted at this university and it's far away, and you're, you know, afraid of being away from home, maybe you're very close to your family, you never know how enriching it can be, even if it's it seems almost impossible to do. Just remember that you can always come home if it's too overwhelming. You don't have to stay wherever you are. You know, make a vow that you're not going to leave unless you have enough for a return ticket, and that might make you feel better that you're not going to be stuck in a foreign country if you don't like it or what have you. So anyway, very interesting. I think it's overall a very good reading, Capricorn, for this beginning period of September. So I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you'd like a private reading, the link to my site is below. Have a wonderful month. Or I keep saying month because I'm not used to doing videos for the week. I do them sporadically. So have a great month of September, but have a great week first and foremost. Take care. Bye.